So I am, as Terry Wogan once said, looking pale but determined. This is Eurovision 365, the channel for every day, not just in May. I'm Padraic and you are very welcome as always. No matter if it's your first time here or you're returning for another video, thanks for stopping by. It's now time for me to get out my crystal ball and share with you my annual prediction of 5 countries to look out for at the next contest. That contest being Eurovision 2025, of course, being held in Basel, Switzerland. My crystal ball has been a bit dusty this past wee while, as my predictions have been more miss than hit, and perhaps the nations I'm about to predict will be wishing I hadn't. But I'm not one to give up so quickly, so I am, as Terry Wogan once said, looking pale but determined. Okay, here we go, or as the Swedes say, nu kör vi! I predicted Spain the past 2 years as nations to look out for, and I kinda got it right in 2023. Blanca Paloma was selected with the musically and vocally impressive Ia. Spain didn't set the scoreboard on fire like the Austrian piano at Eurovision 2015, but it was more about the song that came second in their selection that year, namely Agony with Ode, that I'm sure would have continued resurgence from the previous year when Chanel placed third. In 2024, from the songs that were in the competition, Nebulosa was my favourite to win from the get-go. I wasn't sure if they'd be selected, but as you'll see from my reaction at the time, I was more than happy and was great to get to know Nebulosa on the road to Malmo. Following the disappointing result in Liverpool, I think the Spaniards made the right decision in 2024. They seemed to pick something that they themselves enjoyed, and I applaud any nation that goes with their heart rather than the "what will the televoters like" approach. I think that Spain is one to watch next time around because of 3 factors. Number 1, the Benidorm Fest arrangement is reaching its final year soon, and there is sure to be momentum and probably pressure within RTVE to build upon Chanel's great result in 2022. After that 3rd place result, it was mentioned at Benidorm Fest 2023, last year we got bronze, this year we're going for gold. Well, that hasn't happened yet, and by the time 2025 comes round, they will have no doubt hosted a great Junior Eurovision, and I think they'll be wanting to achieve that aim of gold medal. Number 2. With the exception of Eurovision 2022, Spain aren't doing as well as their close neighbours in France, and with Barbara placing second in 2021 and Slimane placing fourth in 2024, the heat is on for Spain to do as well, if not better than Chanel. There's nothing like a bit of neighbourly rivalry to help move things forward. When the heat is on, it's time to get cooking. Number 3. Portugal won the Euros in 2016 and won Eurovision in 2017. Italy won the Euros in 2020 and won Eurovision in 2021. Spain won the Euros in 2024. Just saying, but you never know. The stars could be aligning for Spain again. It's been a long time coming. I, for one, would be happy to travel to Spain for Eurovision 2026. At the end of Eurovision 2024, Norway found themselves with a label that they had been doing so well over recent years to distance themselves from, the country that finished last. At least it wasn't Nilpoint, like the legend Jan Teigen received in 1978, but with just 16 points, Gotha found themselves in the same club as 11 other former Norwegian representatives, such as the likes of aforementioned Jan Teigen, Turji and Tor Endresen. The band would have been rightly shocked and disappointed with the result, but unfortunately someone has to place last, and in 2024 Gotha placed just that. In my view, NRK have made MGP a national final to rival their neighbours in Sweden, and I would argue the quality of the songs at MGP are more daring and at times higher quality than those at Melodifestivalen. NRK will be feeling bruised by the disappointing result in Malmo, but I believe the public appetite in Norway for Eurovision can be a bit hot and cold at times, and when I spoke with Jost from Norway a few years ago, he seemed to indicate that MGP was viewed more widely and with more interest than the Eurovision itself. So perhaps their approach for 2025 will be focused on continuing the success of MGP and sending the right song to Switzerland. Norway have been doing well at recent contests, and qualifying itself in a modern contest with such high competition can be deemed a victory. But I do believe that Norway are going to be looking for something big in 2025. Lots of fans love Kano and would love to see the return. I'll be honest, I've never liked Spirit in the Sky, although I loved Dam Diggy Da. However, I think it would be an error to send them again. I think NRK can hold their cool and bring us something special once again in Switzerland, and that's why I think they're a nation to watch out for. The land of fire that brought us bangers such as Always must be in shock that they haven't qualified in not just one contest but two in a row. What's going on, Azerbaijan? Whilst I like the staging for Tiran X in Liverpool, it wasn't a huge surprise they missed out in the final, but I still can't understand how Fari along with Ilkin Dovlatov didn't make the grade. The staging was really pretty and their voices were well contrasted. I loved the song and would have been more than happy to see them in the final. It just wasn't to be. By the way, I thought Nadir's Fade to Black was fantastic. In my opinion, Nadir was the best male vocalist by a mile in 2022, yet he only managed 16th place. So what can we expect in 2025? Well, out will be a male performer, especially a duo, a ballad or slow tempo melody, simplistic staging, not a chance. I believe in 2025 Azerbaijan will return to the very tested formula of solo female on stage with an up-tempo pop, slightly ethnic number. Think of Mata Hari and you won't be too far away from what I believe will be coming our way in Switzerland, although they'll be wanting to do better than Effendi, who placed 20th in Rotterdam. That's what I mean. The results of late haven't been amazing even when they have qualified. It took them just 4 attempts to win from their debut, so there's a lot at stake here, especially after such disappointment over the last 2 years. That's why I say buckle up and get ready for a charged infusion of pop meets East coming our way in Basel. I can't wait. I'm going to be accused of being a little bit biased here, as Greece is one of my favourite nations at the contest, and it's rare for me to not like a song from that part of the world. Although Marina Sati placed 11th in Malmo, I think it should have been way better, and her artistry, on-stage presence and overall package should have resulted in a top 5 spot. It felt like the Greeks weren't overly surprised they failed to qualify in Liverpool with our young mate Victor Vernikos, but can be content with top 10 finishes at both Eurovision 2021 and 2022. That being said, in 2025 it will be 20 years since Elena Paparizou won for the nation, so ERT will want to mark that anniversary with something special by way of an entry. I actually can't believe it's been 20 years since my number one took the gold medal. Feels like a few years ago for me, and some of you watching might not even have been born in 2005. What's another year, eh? Anyway, getting back to Greece. It's been rumoured, and it's just a rumour, and with all rumours must be taken with a pinch of salt, that Eleni, who represented Cyprus in 2018 with a song I think should have won, might be the chosen candidate for Greece next time round. Whilst this may or may not be true, the fact that it's been spoken about is a positive thing for Greece and ERT itself. A bit of pre-contest rumour mill is good for Greece. I'm expecting them to come back with something ethnic again, but most likely not as close to the powerful vigour of Sorry. Nevertheless, whether it's Eleni or no Leni, expect something big from Greece. There's talk about budgets and expenditure each year when it comes to the Greeks, but I know they would have been disappointed with 11th in Malmo. Keep an eye out for Greece, that's all I'm saying. So 4 down and 1 to go. Are you ready? Good, because it's coming now. The nation that has been entering since the inaugural contest in 1956 has a decent record at the contest with 5 wins, equaling the likes of France, Luxembourg and UK, but 2024 will not be a year the broadcaster or the people will look back on with any kind of warmth, and rightly so in my opinion. There's a whole video on the channel about whether the Netherlands will take part in 2025, so check that out. I don't want to give away my final answer to that question from that video right now, as I don't want to give any spoilers. But for the purpose of this video, it is based on the Netherlands competing in Basel. The approval rating towards the Eurovision, but in particular the EBU, have taken a nosedive since the decision to exclude Joost Klein and Malmo. So the broadcaster Albatross are walking on a bit of a tightrope when it comes to balancing the positives of revenue from broadcasting the live shows against the current unpopularity towards the contest within the nation. As I say, for the purpose of this video, the Netherlands are taking part. But what can we expect? A sympathetic global audience keen to award points to whoever and whatever is presented? Possibly, but highly unlikely. People move on pretty quickly. Joost Klein returning? Possibly, but I think that would be a big mistake if I'm being honest. I think the Netherlands should be given an automatic spot in the final to help reconcile the rift between the broadcaster and the EBU, but also to acknowledge that what happened with Joost Klein was not at all fair. The decision to give an automatic place in the final is not mine to make and would have to be agreed between the EBU and the other broadcasters taking part. Regardless of who gets chosen, the Netherlands will most definitely be a nation to watch out for and will return with more gusto than one of Carola's wind machines. They are coming back to Eurovision and they have something to prove. I think they're going to prove it too. So my friends, there you have it. That's my 5 predictions of countries to look out for. Do you agree, or do you think there are other nations I've missed? Whatever your thoughts, I want to read them, but the only way I can read them is if you leave them in the comments below. So make sure you do. Thanks for watching, but until next time, take care and see you soon. Bye bye.